my name is Tharisha Alba and I made my presentation on how to use Google Classroom. So the experiences I had with creating the learning plan was helpful in knowing more about how Google Classroom works and how both teachers and students can both benefit from using this application. I did not find the act of creating this presentation and researching the tools and resources that difficult, but I did enjoy finding a metaphor that describes my learning plan. So what I went for is a Lego theme. So I picked a Lego theme because what I believe for Google Classroom to be considered fully functioning and unique to the class, the teacher needs to use different components of the app and other outside resources to build up to a personalized classroom. So with one Lego piece taken from Google Drive or Google Docs or Google Forms and a Lego piece from an outside resource such as an article, combining that together, you create this holistic and unique Google Classroom unique to the class. So planning this presentation from a learner's perspective is going to be drastically different from planning a lesson to be taught to students. I do not think students need to necessarily read articles or watch YouTube videos to learn how to use this application. So as such, I would delegate the tools and resources as part of the last slide where students can access more information rather than embedding them on each slide as I have it on my presentation. Otherwise, the presentation itself should be already sufficient and student-friendly for it to be taught to students. In the Digital Natives, Digital Immigrants article, the author mentions how today's students think and process information differently from their predecessors. So if a digital immigrant were to use Google Classroom, they would be way too overwhelmed with the amount of buttons, words, and steps needed to navigate around the application. Furthermore, the Cuban article posits that computer-based tests offer individualized work, which is what Google Classroom offers. With the age of paperless classrooms, formative assessments administered through Google Classroom will enable for that individualized work because it is easy to see what students are struggling with and to make adjustments based on that information. Finally, Allinger and Albinger's article argues that technology is so embedded in our society that it's hard to imagine how you can live without it. That is not to say that today's generation is overly reliant on technology, but as teachers, we can use that to our advantage by integrating technology into our classrooms. With proper and responsible use of technology, we can teach our students how to be critical consumers of the internet and how technology can benefit them.